All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight, as per usual. So, just to get it out of the way, I had two videos that were taken down off of YouTube because of according to them, a call to arms or extremist views or some nonsense like that. Two videos on two separate channels. So I am giving a heads up if the channel gets deleted and or taken down. I will start up a new one almost immediately. Anyway, just giving that heads up because I found it interesting that both of them weren't a direct call to protecting yourself, but it was a roundabout way, and they saw both videos as a violent threat or some nonsense like that. But anyway, let's get this out of the way. Sorry, Ozark, Winston, Flown Grown, thank you for the 5x5. Tia, Groundhog, Old Man, Uptech, Angelwood, Ghost, Nora, thank you for the 5x5. Grit and Grace, Carm, Prep to Adapt, Adam, Raccoon Eyes, Dobie, Evolving Media, Janine, Bush Pig, thank you for the 5x5. Water Tiger, WTC, Dawn, Nick, Lisa, Annette, Blind, Freedom, Mateo, Susan, thank you for the 5x5. Mabel, Chad, Curry, thank you for the 5x5. Lexi, Silver, thank you for the 5x5. Extreme 5x5, thank you for that, Gregorio, excuse me. Dow, thank you for the 5x5. Eric, Beef and Chicken, Dina, Kathleen, another friend, Johnny, Crime, thank you for the 5x5. Did I miss somebody? Adrian, what's 5x5? Means loud and clear. Chris, Running with Scissors, Silver, thank you for the 5x5. So, again, guys, Adriana, I'm already on Rumble. Devil Dog, Tracy, Winston, thank you for the 5x5. Desea? Did I say that right? Desea. Pretty sure I fucked that up. But anyway, thank you for the 5x5. I'm already on Rumble. I'm going to put those two videos on Rumble if they're not already up there, just so you guys can take a look for yourselves. So apparently, guys, anything that seems to call to protect yourself, YouTube is now taking down. So they gave me a strike on... Actually, The Angry Truth didn't get a strike. I don't believe I got a strike yet. Let me double check. But they didn't. They gave me a warning. So whatever that means. Now, that was probably the two videos. And it's funny, I looked at that video, the one they took down the other day. I looked at it thinking, that was kind of... I said, it's not that bad. Apparently it was. So, with that, guys, they removed it, but they didn't... It's not a strike, which is fucking weird. Normally, they would say, oh, you got a strike on, but it isn't. It's a warning. So, anyway, that I don't get... but we shall see. They said violence and graphic content. But again, I am on Rumble for those, that are, in case they delete this channel, in case they try to pull some cute shit like giving me 3 back-to-back, we shall see if that happens. If it does, then I'll be on Rumble, and I'll stay there and probably won't come back to YouTube, though YouTube is having their own problems, so it doesn't really matter. Star Fury said World War III will not be what you think. Star Fury, no one knows what World War III is going to look like. Everybody has their own ideology or idea of what World War III is going to look like. I don't think it's going to be nuclear, that's for sure. There's too much talk about not using nuclear weapons and being careful, and some people are trying to make logic out of it. I mean, listen. Do I see the superpowers using nuclear? No. Do I see a curveball, some asshole coming out of the woodworks and using it? Yes. There's always a nut job somewhere ready to go all in. The Rumble, I'm under the Angry Prepper on Rumble. So we shall, if you look under Angry Prepper or the Angry Prepper or the Angry Prepper Network, it'll pop. You'll see it. It comes up. But, yeah, Mateo. So YouTube, it might have a few lawsuits in the making. So if those lawsuits actually make it to court, YouTube could actually be screwed, being that they are stifling Second Amendment, and not even just Second Amendment, but they got rid of people who were telling the truth. And when the facts came out, they didn't reinstate those channels. So go figure. But Star Fury, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. But I don't know what World War III is actually going to look like. Nobody knows. We're definitely going to talk about all of the shit that's like it's it's coming to a boiling point. But that boiling point could take another few years. Everyone thought, including myself, that when they went into Ukraine 2 years ago now, is it 3? 2 years. 2 years ago, right? When they went into Ukraine 2 years ago, everybody thought that this was going to be the start of World War III, and then nothing happened. So, again, guys, we could, including the media, right? We're talking about top-tier medias thinking this, YouTube channels thinking this, right? And like dudes in the street thinking this shit. And we're all thinking, oh, we're going to see World War III. And we're nowhere near it. Someone says World War III is already here. World War III is not already here. You know what? There's always an asshole. I have to state this. And if I'm going to offend some of you guys, so fucking be it. But a lot of people keep saying shit like, oh, such and such is already here. Such and such already begun. No, it hasn't, dickwad. World War III has not begun yet. There's a couple more steps before we get to World War III. And not media telling us that it's there. There's a couple more things that has to happen before. Things don't, I mean, like people, YouTube channels and certain fucking commentators on here, they want to be like, it's already begun. No, it didn't, dick. We're like not even fucking, not that we're not close. We're close. Excuse me. We are close. We're not there yet. People like the whole HARP shit the other day with the Aurora Lights here. People like, it's HARP. I'm like, my God, man. 4 days ago or 3 days ago, they said that there was a solar storm unlike anything they've ever seen headed towards Earth. They thought it was going to wipe out electronics. And New York City gave a heads up to all of the emergency services a day before, stating that our communications might have some severe interference from the solar storm. And then we get a light show and people flip out and go, it's HARP. I'm like, it doesn't fucking work that way. That's outer space shit. That's not fucking whatever. It's just mind-boggling that everything, and granted, guys, everything can be a conspiracy. Matter of fact, we could be right about everything and wrong about everything. But you gotta come up with fucking some facts first, not some hearsay shit. Because there's a lot of hearsay shit going. In fact, there's so much hearsay and things being made up, guys. Nothing can be believed about this election, for example. Nothing. Kamala Harris is up in the polls. Now Trump is up by 5 points, I think, or 3 points, something like that. Right? And that makes more sense, being that we're watching more and more black and Spanish folks doing videos in black neighborhoods asking black folks who you're going to vote for. You even have liberals going, I can't vote for Kamala Harris. You got churches who were super liberal are now going, I cannot back a party that, and this deacon, I think it was a pastor, went down a list. And the list of shit he went down, he was like, I cannot back a party that wants to mutilate kids, that wants to gender assign kids, that thinks that it's okay to be a boy one day and a girl the next day. It's okay for, again, body part mutilations. Like, he went down a list. And I'm like, and he's right. People are backing a party that's okay with going after kids. They're backing a party that's okay with taking God out of school and demonizing the church. And in the same breath, putting up demonic churches. There's a lot going on. And it's all happening at once. And it's hard to focus on all of it. Nonetheless. Yeah, Susan, what I do is I do a YouTube dump. So all my videos, she said the newest videos from 22 days ago, I'm going to update a bunch of videos Thursday. I can't do it at work tomorrow because our internet sucks. So I have to wait till I come home and do it here. And I'm going to upload probably maybe 10 over the next couple of days. Over the next 10 days, actually. Excuse me. So just wait for that. But I do YouTube dumps. I dump a bunch of videos on there all at once. Once I'm caught up, I should just release one on here, one on there. That would probably make it easier instead of sitting here and spending 3 hours uploading 10 videos. It's a lot. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Space Force. Yeah, so again, guys, the party is all about, and that's the thing, guys. The Democratic Party right now is pushing the LGBT agenda. They are sitting there and just placating to them and coddling them and treating them like wounded animals and retarded children. You know, they see an LGBT person, they go, "Oh my God, you're so special to God," and then they give them a hug, and I'm like, did he win the Special Olympics? What's going on here? This is the Democrats. This is their bullshit. They treat the outcast, if you will, like wounded, retarded children. And I'm like, they didn't do anything. All they said is that they're gay. And they go, "I'm gay." And everybody fucking fanfares and claps and confetti and shit and little confetti dicks raining on them. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? I'm like, the guy just said he was gay. He didn't say anything else. He didn't say, "Hey, I created the cure for cancer." No. They sit there and they go on gay and there's a fucking fanfare. And this is the party that's backing that up. Meanwhile, you got Republicans looking at harder issues like maybe, I don't know, feeding the fucking poor or wanting veterans to get better medical coverage and care. And we're worried about a bunch of people who decided to become psych patients one day. They woke up and they were like, "I'm gay and my name is Sarah. And my pronouns are cat and frog. Frog on some days, cats on the other." This is the party we're backing up. We're backing up a bunch of people who are pushing sexual deviant behavior. And yet, the same party turns around and goes, "Yeah, God's not real, but the devil is." And then they got a statue erected somewhere. I'm like, my God. It's just insanity. It's the amount of bullshit that's going on is insane. You know? And again, that's that's who they want to protect. They want to protect less than 1% of the population when they should be trying to protect Americans as a whole. I'm pretty sure when you protect Americans as a whole, you protect human rights. That covers everybody. You don't just separate. You don't go, we're for human rights for everyone. And then you got a special bubble for the LGBT community. Here goes their little bubble. They got dildos and condoms in there. Let them fucking screw each other out of existence kind of shit. Like, nobody ever wants to call them out for their fucking irrational behavior and their sicko way of thinking. Nobody wants to call them out on that shit. Everybody wants to be like, "But it's okay. It's okay that your name is fucking Consuela. Meanwhile, your name was Juan fucking 2 minutes ago." You know? And then these people look for issues. I did a video on a sign that was homophobic. A sign. A U-turn sign. I'm like, my God, man. We got way worse things headed our way. We have the mother of all cyber attacks headed our way. And there's a group of hackers who are very nervous and or scared. If this goes down, it is possibly worse than an EMP attack. Because an EMP attack is a broad attack, right? It just, boom, blacks everything out. And then we have to figure out what we can turn back on, what we can't. You know, we'll need new power stations and transformers and things of that nature. But a cyber attack that locks people out of things, that can infect hospitals on a level that's never been seen, that can affect the 9/11 system, the military, the nuclear power plant, the whole thing on a level that has never been seen, that's dangerous shit. Right? And meanwhile, we're worried about fucking the LGBT community. Juanita, you mean? Yes, Juanita. But, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The keep it behind closed doors. That was Groundhog. That was always the thing in the 80s and the 90s. Like, listen, I don't want to see it or hear about it. Leave it behind there. I mean, listen, that's for anybody's sex life. I don't give a fuck how straight you are, how gay you are. I don't care to hear about what you're into. I don't care that you like to swap partners or fucking jerk off to, you know, Tree Weekly magazine, you know? Oh my God, look at that flower. It's blooming, and then fucking guys jerking off to it. I don't care. I don't care what your sicko fantasies are. That shit stays in your head, in your home, or on your computer, or with your loved one. I don't care. But to sit there now and have a parade and you're wearing scantily clad leather outfits, there's a fucking issue. Meanwhile, the world's ready to split in two, and this is what we're worried about. And I mean split in two, I'm just talking about all the shit that's going on, all the divisive shit we got. You know, I don't know, whatever. So yeah. So a lot of people, they're like, oh, you're always attacking the LGBT. I'm attacking them because they fucking bring it on themselves. I just think that the Democrats focusing on them is a bad political move. Not even a bad political move. Just a stupid move, that's all. That's like catering to just, I would say tards, but no. That's the thing, like we don't even focus on the tards, right? The Rain Man of the world and Corkies and shit. We don't focus on them. No one ever brings them up. But they want to bring up the LGBT? You got retarded people still licking walls and glass. You got some of them still being treated like shit and beaten up. You got old people getting their asses handed to them in old age homes. We're not focused on that, but we're focused on a bunch of young adults who decided one day they were gay. That's where our focus is. You got kids getting diddled left and right. You got P. Diddy diddling kids left and right. We're not focused on that, but we're focused on some dude who's trying to pick out his cock uniform of the day. He's like, oh, I'm going to wear this to the parade. There's some disgusting, deviant shit these people do at parades. And when we spoke about this in EMS, people said, no way does that go down in the village. And now, videos are coming out on exactly what goes down at gay parades. Now we're no longer fucking psych patients. We're no longer crazy and you're gay bashing. Now it's not that anymore. Because look at the shit that's going on. They have videos of deviant acts. Got P. Diddy. Got P. Diddled, yes. But yo, got it. That's it. And the remember in the 80s the tard kids, retarded kids, they were like the front, they were like the face of everything. We're like, we gotta protect these kids. Look at them. They're whacking their head against the wall with their white helmets on. Like that's the shit that we used to protect. Shit that mattered. Oh, this old lady was getting treated like crap in her senior citizen home. Let's take the person who beat her up out of there, charge them, put them in jail. Nope, we're not focusing that on anymore. Focusing on fucking a bunch of morons. Oh, man. I think I got dust in my water. But anyway. And then the whole P. Diddy shit, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why. Inigo, thank you for the donation. My parents are 73 and voting for Kamala Harris. Should I A, disown them, B, forgive them this time, or C, straight to the nursing home? I like that. That's awesome. Thank you for the donation. That is an awesome question. I would go with C, straight to the nursing home. Forgive them this time. I like that. That's awesome. Everybody said C. Well, not everybody. A lot of people C. Yeah, that's very good. C, straight to the nursing home. And they're 78. Yeah, they're 73. They're right in that. If you would have said over 75, I would have been like, yeah, nursing home. You got chair. You got chair in your water. I probably do got chair in my water. I don't know how I got that in there. I drank it anyway. What's the worst that can happen? Nursing home if you don't have to pay. See you later. But anyway, with that, guys, let's get into the whole topic of the show. That is, World War III is building up. Now, clearly, guys, World War III is boiling or getting to a boiling point. That is happening super slow. I mean, again, we thought Ukraine was going to lead into it, and then the attack of October 7th last year, we thought was going to spark it. Yeah, we got a couple nations jumping in on this, but not many to make a difference. But, yeah, man, this is really slow going. I am actually bored with this nonsense going on over there. I'm looking at this crap, and I'm like, when are we going to let loose, man? Like, just fucking let it go already. Nope. It's a slow build-up. And I think this is a ruse. I think all of this is a show, theater, that we are watching. And depends on who wins will dictate where this Third World War goes. I think, guys, we are definitely watching just a Broadway show. Or rather, a global show, however you look at it. Because these people are stating what they're going to do next. So Israel goes on TV and says, we are going to attack Iran on this day at 2 p.m. our time. Be ready. And then Iran goes, okay. And then, they bomb Iran. And then Iran goes, we were attacked at 2 p.m. We were ready. But now we're going to retaliate in 5 days after Shamadan. And then we'll attack at 3 p.m. And then Israel goes, they fired weapons at us. We were ready. We're going to have to retaliate. They made a big mistake. So this whole thing, guys, is one giant show. That's all it is. Because if this was a true Third World War, everything would have jumped off already. Everybody would have got involved, and they didn't. Not even close. Anyway. Facts. Seems like it is. Again, and that's my interpretation. I'm watching a lot of these Telegram accounts, and a lot of them are following what's going on over there. And there's a lot of shit going on over there. I mean, a lot of shit. Somebody tried to blow up an oil tanker, and there's all kinds of crazy shit going on over there. I'm like, so then let's go already, man. Let's make it happen. Fucking, rip the fucking Band-Aid off. Let's go. But no. They're trying to wait to see who wins. Titties for tatties. Yes, titties for tatties. That's the other thing. Like, the whole tit for tat shit, man. Dr. D said, time to rewatch Red Dawn, not the remake. The remake was horrible. Horrible. Red Dawn 1984. Absolutely. Listen, guys, everything... a lot of people like, this is part of the plan, that's part of the plan. There's something being planned. I just don't know what and from where. And there's too many angles right now. There used to be a straightforward angle of global dominance. Global dominance. Now, it's too many angles from too many different sides. Anyway, first article up, which is a long article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read part of the article. I will put the link in the description section, if you don't mind. This article is Iran terror proxy amasses on Israel's border in ring of fire. As Israel's military operation escalates, the Iranian axis and its proxies are on edge. They're going to whipper-snapper you in the balls. Anyway, link is in the comment section. It's in the chat, guys. Excuse me. All right, excuse me. For more than 4 decades, the Iranian regime has meticulously constructed a ring of fire around Israel, employing various terror groups to extend its influence across the Middle East. However, a recent military action by Israel has begun to unravel its intricate network, indicating a potential turning point in the ongoing conflict. Conflict that never fucking ends. Amanon Sofrin, former head of the intelligence director of Mossad, told Fox News Digital, in central Tehran, there is a huge clock. I thought it said cock at first, huge clock, because I started laughing when I read it. I'm like, why would they put that? There is a huge clock that was set up in 2015, showing how much time is left for Israel, indicating that by 2040, Israel shall no longer exist. No shit. They have been preparing for this moment. Some of the Iranian-backed militias conducted reconnaissance with Hezbollah in the southern Lebanon and claimed that they would assist once the Israeli Defense Forces entered Lebanon. They didn't do that. However, Sofrin added, we are already inside Lebanon, and no pro-Iranian militant has yet provided help. Iran isn't giving the orders to its other proxies in the region to join the ground war, at least not yet. While Tehran's other terror proxies have yet to engage directly in ground battle, they have demonstrated their support in other ways. Earlier this month, drones loaded with explosives were launched by pro-Iranian militias from Iraq against Israel military base in the Golan Heights, killing 2 Israeli soldiers and injuring 24. I think I looked at an article on that. I think I pulled up the article on that. We'll talk about it later. This is not the first time their pro-Iranian militia group in Iraq has claimed responsibility for attack in Israel. In April, an unmanned aerial vehicle launched from Iraq infiltrated Israel's territory through Jordan and exploded on a structure of an IFD base in Eilat without being intercepted. This was a sophisticated maneuver, sending it through Jordan to Eilat, showing their high capabilities. In Iraq, the Popular Mobilization Forces consisted of approximately 25 to 30 Shiite militias that emerged in response to ISIS. These groups have served as Iran's boots on ground, reinforcing its foothold in both Iraq and Syria. Now, the rest of this shit gets a little boring. They talk about Iran deploying forces, and it's possible that pro-Iranian militias in Iraq and Syria will join in targeting Israel. However, they believe that Iraqi arena serves more as a facilitator, and its function is to create Iranian corridor from one side of the region to the other, facilitating logistical capabilities, weaponry to focal points. Now, when I was reading this, I was thinking to myself, they're trying to build an army, right? So they're trying to get their ducks in a row, if you will, before they attack. But it seems like it's taking forever, according to this Sofran or Sassafras guy, whatever the fuck his name is. But they are definitely trying to surround them and then an all-out attack. I think, this was a thought about 2 weeks ago, I think they're going to surround Israel and it's going to be an all-out attack. We're talking about aerial, ground assault, boots on ground, tanks, you name it, all at once. That would be the start of a third world war if they pulled that shit off. Beef pepperonis. I do miss beef pepperonis. So, this is another article. Let me put this in the chat as well. This is Netanyahu tells the United States that Israel will strike Iranian military, but not its nuclear or oil targets, official says. I don't know. Why do I look fucking orange? I'm looking at my video here in front of me. I'm like, why am I orange? I'll fix it later. Whatever. Neo the One. Nice one, by the way. War is human nature. I don't know why people don't understand that. And I'm not calling you dumb or anything like that. I'm just like, people need to understand. War is human nature. It is something we can never, ever get rid of. We will always war. If aliens came down and created world peace, we would fucking argue about what gender the fucking alien is. We would war over that. Not war, but we'd definitely be fighting over that. Someone said you look brown to me. I guess. I mean, it looks orange, like an orange tinge. Could be the background. You might be right. Bronzy or Snooky. Orange man. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Maybe, who knows? Whatever. But I have to, the light has a little warmth to it. I'll turn it down for the angry truth and see if that's it. Since he looked brown to me. Jaundice. It's my liver shut down on me. Anyway. So, guys, Tel Aviv, the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has told the Biden administration he is willing to strike military rather than oil and nuclear facilities in Iran, according to two officials familiar with the matter. Now, I hope you guys know this, guys. Whenever there was a war of some kind and people reported it, they would report that Benjamin Netanyahu told President such and such directly. If you guys haven't noticed over the last few months, everything is this prime minister told the Biden administration. This prime minister told the Biden administration. It's never told President Biden. When Trump was in office, it was Xi Jinping spoke to President Trump and not the Trump administration. But interestingly enough, guys, everything in the last few months has been a Biden administration because the Biden administration is not in charge. I mean, Biden is not in charge. The administration is. And it's interesting that no one is calling this out. No one is stating the fact that every article is such and such talked to the Biden administration, told the Biden administration, asked the Biden administration, not Biden. So anyway, that's just my gripe with their bullshit and not calling this administration out for Biden's lack of leadership. So, in 2 weeks since Iran's latest missile barrage on Israel, in the second direct attack, did I put this link in the chat? I know I copy and paste it. Maybe I didn't. All right, I did now. If I didn't before, I did now. Okay, excuse me, sorry. In the second direct attack in 6 months, the Middle East has braced for Israel's promised response, fearing the two countries' decade-long shadow war could explode into a head-on military confrontation. It comes at a politically fraught time for Washington. Less than a month before the election, President Joe Biden has said publicly he would not support an Israel airstrike on nuclear-related sites. I don't think anybody would. That's sort of a no-brainer, but whatever. When Biden and Netanyahu spoke Wednesday, no the fuck they didn't, the first call in more than 7 weeks after months of rising tension between the two men, the prime minister said he was planning to target military infrastructures in Iran, according to the U.S. officials and officials familiar with the matter. Like others in this story, they spoke on a condition of anonymity, to discuss sensitive deliberations. Now, Israel just turned down another ceasefire on Lebanon. Somebody offered it. I think it was India was offering a ceasefire, and Benjamin Netanyahu said no. I think Benjamin Netanyahu is, what is that called? Blood drunk, or war. There's a fucking term. He's being an asshole right now for the most part. Granted, he is on the offensive because I guess the best defense is offense. There is that saying, but I think he's getting carried away. To protect your own people, again, you guys know where I stand with that people shit. It's one thing to start an entire war as another. And then asking the United States to jump in and, like, listen, Israel be my ally. I'm the president. I'm going to be like, yo, listen, you guys do what you guys do. Wipe each other off the map. You start or pick a fight, do not ask us to fucking get involved. Now, when they got attacked October 7th, I might have gotten involved. I'm like, all right, we got to protect Israel and the little Jewish kids running around with the fucking yarmulkes, spitting dreidels in the middle of the street. We'll protect those retards. And then after everything was said and done and the dust settled, I was like, all right, now let's start from zero. But Israel kept moving forward. And I don't know what Israel's game plan is because they are outnumbered. They are severely outnumbered. So I don't know what the game plan is. I must be missing something. Who knows? Blood drunk. Yeah, is it blood drunk? I thought it was. Could be blood hungry. Who fucking knows? He could be having his period. That's the other thing. He could be having a year-long vaginal bleeding session. I don't know. They will overtake you to get to us. Is that what he said? They will, right? Is he something? Whatever. But anyway, excuse me. So Benjamin Netanyahu, Israeli Defense Minister Yogi Gallant vowed Tuesday that Israel would respond to the Iranian attack, saying its response would be precise, painful, and surprising. How is it surprising when this is what you're telling them you're going to do? Surprising is not saying a fucking word and then doing it. And then after it's done going, see, we shoved a missile up their ass. And they didn't see that coming. That's surprising. Telling them that you're going to surprise attack them is not a surprise. They're going to get ready for it. That's like getting into a street fight and you guys are standing there and the guy's like, yo, I'm going to throw a right hook. And I'm going to do it now. And he's telling you exactly where the fucking hit's coming. That's not... This is why I think, guys, this is all a ruse. It's bullshit. Because you don't tell your enemy what you're going to do. And I've never seen a war where they go, this is exactly what we're going to do. On Tuesday. And this is what Oh, God. It's so frustrating. It's frustrating. He goes, it's going to be precise, painful, and surprising. But he added, we are not interested in opening additional fronts or new conflicts. What the fuck am I reading? So, because it's just reminded me of the lady who just got shot, the BLM activist that just got shot the other day. Somebody reported that she got offed because she was black. When you look at the video, she opens the door with a knife, swinging it. The cop gave her way too much of a leeway before he put 2 in her, or 3 in her, whatever it was. And they're trying to spark a racial divide over this. She came out swinging. She was like, ah, and I'm like, and forgive me what I'm going to say. This is conspiracy theory number 489. But when she came out of that door, I didn't notice, I saw the knife, but I wasn't paying attention to the knife. I was paying attention to her eyes. Her eyes were fucking insane. And she came out with this rage that I have never seen in my entire life. Rather, I've seen it more and more now. But before they introduced something to us, I've never seen that look before. Or rather, you've seen it in very few people's eyes. But this lady came out, looked like she was being controlled or some kind of rage was going on. And she sat there and she swung the knife a couple times. She got the cop, I think she got the cop in the face or the arm or something. It was his face because he wanted to use the mic and there was blood on the mic, on his radio, And something is wrong. Something is very, very wrong. I mean, like, yo, wrong. Like, WRONG, wrong. Someone says that was a trance. I don't care what it was. There was something wrong with it. Is that better? Giossi, Juice, Cum Guzzler, whatever the fuck your name is, that yes, it doesn't matter what it was. There was something wrong, and I've been noticing that look in people's eyes more and more. There are more and more people with this rage in their eyes. Coincidentally, last night I see the movie Quarantine, the American version. What was it, 2006 or 7, whatever it came out? And it was the same thing, the rabies. Now, I'm not saying that rabies is running around and infecting people. I'm just saying there's a look in people's eyes that are insanity. It's insanity. I mean, granted, there's like fucking a cunt hair away from fucking love and insanity, like one and the same. But this guy or thing or girl wasn't loving anything. She was going after the cop. And he put a couple bullets on her. But it's that look that I'm starting to see more and more. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, seriously. And the cop backed all the way down the hallway. So he had a good 20, 30 feet when she came out with the knife. And he jumped back. He not jumped back. He moved back pretty far. He was about 30 feet away. Right, from here to the wall. About 30 feet. And this idiot came after him. From a distance you can't cover. And he still tried to give a chance, or it a chance. But now, again, they're running with the whole thing that, you know, yeah, I know rabies will make you insane, but I'm not going to go with that one, at least not yet. Yeah, Joe FW, there's way more, it can't be the food. A lot of the ingredients that are in the food now were in the food before the arm ticket was ever produced. Maybe the arm ticket's setting it off. Maybe it's a combination. Who knows? Maybe it's the arm ticket, the phone, and then the food. Who knows? The technology that's circling around us, the Bluetooth, the fucking wireless internet, all of that could be compounding a lot of our brain issues. That could be it. But it was fucking bad. They're doing 28 years later, by the way, Mateo. I can't wait. It's the same director who did the first one or the second one. And what's his name? Cillian Murphy signed up for it again. So, hang on to your knickers. Jordan, that is an understatement. He goes, a lot of shit's going on this year. Yeah, it is. I mean, but yo. And the thing is, it's like, I don't understand. Like, you had that much space between you and the suspect, and the suspect closed the gap, and he still was able to get close enough, or she was still able to get close enough to cut you. But then but the way it fell over, did you see it? I mean, it had to be a man, because now I'm thinking about it. When he put the 2 in her chest, or 3, he at the last shot, he was a good 20 feet away, 15 to 20 feet away, at least according to the body cam. And when he put the last one on her, the arms went straight, and he went back like this. I was like, holy shit, like some shit out of a movie. It was a crazy video. You got to see it. It's all over Instagram and, what is that, Twitter. Go all over both of them, man. It's fucking insanity. But, yo, it's been insane. It's a lot of insanity going on. So now, well, Benjamin Netanyahu, there's a darkness to his eyes now. And I'm trying to figure out if there's something up with him. I think there is. Because the path that he is taking doesn't make sense. And he's turning down ceasefire after ceasefire. So something isn't right. Because no man should have this much power where he is the only call to action. Where he's the make it or break it guy. That's bad. And the fact that people are trying to like ceasefire and he's saying no, either there's something wrong with that ceasefire deal or there's something wrong with him. And I'm going to go with there's something wrong with him. Because there's just shit he is doing that's not making sense. But then again, I am not the president of Israel. I am not over there watching other shit go down that maybe he knows and we don't. Remember, they do have way more information than we do, but from my view, my standpoint, it looks like he's losing his fucking mind. Right, this article is way too long, but I did put the link in so you guys can read it for yourself. Israel's strike on Iran would be carried out before the U.S. election on November 5th. They're giving you like a specific time. They're like, we're going to plan a strike before the election. And then when we do, it will be one of a series of responses. So you're telling them exactly how, like, not how many, but it's not going to be one. We're not going to hit you guys once. We're going to give you a series of them. And in a series, there's what, 3 to 5 or some shit like that, whatever it is. Someone says, you don't know Jewish religion or Kabbalah. I don't have to know the Jewish religion and Kabbalah for someone who's acting like an asshole. And if you are reading any book, that's not the book to read. And I hate to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, it's bullshit. The prophecies that I think he's trying to fulfill, it is not him. Brain chips are coming too. If brain chips are not already, no, I'm not going to go there. That's more conspiracy theory and another hole I do not want to go down. But the brain chipping shit, there was a theory a few years ago, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to go there. I really don't. All right, so this article is way too long. All right, so next article. U.S. soldiers arrive in Israel to help thwart Iranian missile attacks. I don't like that one either, but whatever. Neo to one. I agree. They always think they're right. That's the problem. That's the problem. And it's like, well, ladies, you guys always think you're right, so you guys can relate. Yeah, it's a problem when you always think you're right and you're not. Or maybe he's so angry and he's so pissed that this anger could be lingering and could be clouding his judgment. We can go with something simpler than that. Kentucky Sustainable Living, man, what's up? Thank you for coming on this, reminding me. There is, guys, a Kentucky Sustainable event going on. Let me pull it up. I was supposed to pull it up before the show, but of course my dumbass didn't do that. But there is a charity dinner, guys. Kentucky Sustainable Living, Homesteading, Preparedness, and Survival. October 26th and the 27th. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days. There is a charity dinner. The tickets go for $150. The charity is for Caleb House, which is Grindstone Ministries' runaway house for runaway girls and sex trafficking kids. So, again, I know some people like 150. That's a lot of money. Stop fucking crying. Either buy it or don't. Don't give a shit. But either way, guys, it's going to a very good cause. Now, a lot of people are annoyed at Bear because he doesn't talk about Caleb House and the money and all this other bullshit. He fucking can't. And I figured out why he can't. He cannot talk about it because you're dealing with sex trafficking victims. That is why he can't talk about it. And there's a lot of shit, guys, that is off fucking conversation and grid. So you can't. That being said, if you are looking to donate or go to this charity dinner in Kentucky, Bowling Green, Kentucky, I might add, which is Bowling Green, Kentucky for me. I like visiting Jason and the people out there, but I almost wanted to scratch my eyes out with glass because it's Bowling Green. It's not a city. It's a town. Their tallest building was like 5 stories or some shit. Anyway, I'm speaking at this event as well. Bear is speaking at this event as well. And again, there is the charity dinner, and the donation is going to Grindstone Ministry. So, come out and enjoy a good night. Ball breaking, having fun, eating, the whole 9 yards. And then you get to go to the event, which is the next day, the next following day. So the link is in the chat. I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time so you guys can, at the very least, take a look at it. Don't cry about the price. Show up if you can afford it. I know a lot of people can. I know there's a lot of shit going on. I know things are hard. But it would be great if you guys could show up. If you can't, you can't. So, where the fuck were we? Okay, all right. Now, a team of U.S. soldiers has arrived in Israel to help operate the advanced anti-missile battery provided by President Joe Biden to help Israel fend off missile attacks from Iran and increasing concerns surrounding the expanding Middle East conflict. I'm curious. Right now, I think it's Delta or one of those airlines. They're not flying to Israel right now. They're not flying to the Middle Eastern. Middle Eastern. They're not flying to the Middle East. Right now, they're still off limits. But anyway, the Pentagon said Tuesday that the first of what will ultimately be about 100 U.S. troops have arrived, along with some components of the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System. I never heard of this. It's called THAAD. Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System. It marks the first U.S. deployment of troops in Israel since the Hamas-led attack a year ago that ignited a war in Gaza and reflected a possible expansion of the conflict. Major General Pat Ryder, a Pentagon spokesperson, said in a statement that some of the components of the THAAD battery system arrived Sunday and that more were on the way. Over the coming days, additional U.S. personnel and THAAD battery components will continue to arrive in Israel. The system will be fully operational in the near future, but Ryder declined to be more specific, citing operational security. At least he fucking kept that shit on close to the vest. He said that the deployment and the THAAD battery underscores the U.S. commitment to defending Israel and the Americans in Israel from ballistic missile attacks by Iran. Tehran barraged Israel with hundreds of missiles October 1st, although the attacks were mostly thwarted. Twat is what I saw. I saw the word twatted there. Israel has pledged a lethal, precise, and above all, surprising retaliation for the October attack. How? What? How? Anyway, so that's that. So now Israel strikes in northern Lebanon, kills at least 21 people. Let me put that. I hope this link works. I'm not going to read that boring ass article. We got 10 minutes. I mean, you guys get it. Shit is on. I will be talking about this more and more. I really don't fucking want to, but because I really don't give a shit about what's going on over there. But I think more people are interested in it than I am. It's good to know that this stuff is going on, but I ultimately don't give a fuck. I mean, if they wiped each other off the map, if fucking they blew up Israel blew up that area, I don't care. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, you know, and I wouldn't play Fiddler on the Roof or anything like that. I'm like, It is what it is. These people went after each other and they sorted it out. Oh wait, that was part of the article. Yeah, so a strike and an inferno in Gaza hospital courtyard. Let's look over that article real quick. Early Monday, Israeli airstrike on a hospital courtyard in the Gaza Strip killed at least 4 people and triggered a fire that swept through a tent camp. 4 people displaced by the war, leaving more than 24 of them severely burned. The Israeli military said that the strike in Gaza targeted a militant hiding among civilians without providing evidence. In recent months, it has reportedly struck crowded shelters and tent camps, alleging Hamas fighters are using them as staging grounds for attack. Now, here's a problem. If you know they're using people as human shields, why would you attack it? Like, I don't understand that whole logic. And then Israel goes, well, they're using them as shields. Well, if you fucking know that, why would you attack them? Like, I don't understand. You know, and then using the excuse of, well, they're hiding amongst them. Then don't shoot at them. Wait till there's a better opportunity. There will be a ton of opportunity. Oh, boy. Israel's rights to warn, whatever. I don't know why oh, no, it's part of that article that I really don't give a fuck about. How Israel is using Palestinians as human shields. I'm going to put this link in the chat as well. You guys take a look at it if you want. But Israeli soldiers and Palestinian former detainees have said troops have regularly forced captured Gazians to carry out life-threatening tasks, including inside Hamas tunnels. Now, Hamas tunnels, for those that might not know, they are booby-trapped up the ass. They make the fucking Vietnamese tunnels look like a walk in the park. Vietnamese tunnels were fucking, tripwires, pitfalls, you name it, it happened. One-Eyed Willie at the end with his gold coins, enticing military guys to come take it. Like, all kinds of crazy shit in the Vietnamese tunnels. That's why they had those military guys, tunnel rats, right? And tunnel rats, they were good at their job. Like, very good. The other side of that coin was they also set up a lot of those caves to collapse. So a lot of guys did get trapped in the dirt. Some of them were buried, uncovered, and others were left there to die. For those that don't know, U.S. says it opposes to Israel bombing Beirut as carried out. The United States said today, it has voiced concerns to its ally Israel over bombing of Beirut in its campaign in Lebanon against Hezbollah. We have made it clear we are opposed to the campaign the way we've seen it conducted over the past few weeks in Beirut, State Department spokesman Matthew Miller told reporters. So thank you guys for joining Rumble. I appreciate it. Again, need it because they're probably going to kick me off of here. I wouldn't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you wake up one morning and you're like, where's the angry nigga at? He's gone. Because they kicked me off. Anyway. Benjamin Netanyahu tells Macron he opposes a unilateral ceasefire. Sorry, it was the French, not India. India did offer a ceasefire, or an idea for ceasefire, but it was the French. It was Macron, the twattastic French prime minister, or president. So, the twattastic French prime minister had wanted a unilateral ceasefire in Lebanon during a call with the French president, and Benjamin Netanyahu told him to go fuck himself. The prime minister said in a conversation that he opposed to a unilateral ceasefire, which does not change the security situation in Lebanon, and which will return in other ways to the way it was. Netanyahu and the Israeli military have reportedly insisted that there must be a buffer zone along Israel's northern border with Lebanon, where there is no presence of Lebanon Hezbollah fighters. A buffer means that that's the area Israel wants to take over. What Israel's looking to do is expand. That's what a buffer means. I am not stupid, but we know what buffer means. So when you want to create a buffer zone, you create it at first as a buffer zone, and then over the next couple of years, you start to populate that buffer zone, and then you make it a settlement, and then it becomes part of Israel. We know that tactic because the Chinese have done it and the Russians have done it. The Russians have done it in Europe, and the Chinese have done it in Asia. So it's not a new thing, but it's a bullshit tactic, if you will. Anyway, let's see. Prime Minister Netanyahu clarified to Macron that Israel would not agree to any arrangement that does not provide this and which does not stop Hezbollah from rearming and regrouping. I don't understand. Hezbollah can rearm and regroup anywhere in those countries. They'll sit there and say that we're going to keep attacking because it will allow them to rearm and regroup if we don't. They're going to rearm and regroup regardless. That ideology is stupid. Not that it's stupid. It's an excuse for him to keep bombing what he's doing. Keep bombing what he's bombing, rather. Excuse me. The remark came as French President Macron upped pressure on Israel to abide by UN decision, telling his cabinet that Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu must not forget that his country was created by the decision of the UN. Wow. That's a fucking kick in the dick. To sit there and go, you better remind this motherfucker that the UN was the reason why Israel exists. Fair enough. The statement refers to the resolution adopted in November 1947 by the United Nations General Assembly on a plan that partitions the territory into separate Jewish and Arab states. Netanyahu on Tuesday later hit back at Macron's comments, saying that the country's founding was achieved by 1948 Arab-Israel War, not a UN ruling. Wow. Because if you check both of them, they both check out. It's not one or the other. They both check out equally the same. But he's going to sit there and say that we won a war and this is why Israel exists. Everybody's lying. Everybody's lying. That's what it comes down to. Everybody will take a part of history, leave the rest of the pages stuck together, and talk to you about a glimpse in history. I'm like, well, this is why it happened. Meanwhile, anything you research or look into, there is a bigger reason to whatever war that is, whether it's Vietnam War, the Civil War, Revolutionary War, the war of somebody's asshole in the country we never heard of, you know? There's always a bigger story to those wars. Anyway, with that being said, guys, I'm going to go off the air and go on to the Angry Truth channel. We're going to talk about what is our freedom worth? I'm pretty sure they're going to think that video is a terroristic video, and we're going to see. We're going to see where that goes. Anyway, Jason is lying. Lying about what? I don't even care, dude. I really don't care. It's because it's all lying. Oh, Jason's lying because they're all lying. I'm lying too. Yes, I get it now. Haha, funny, Matthews. Good one. Matthew strikes again with his funny jokes. Anyway, yeah, listen, guys, everybody's lying. You're right. The information that's out there, you can uncover it all, and people are not going to like the truth. That's the bottom line. If you talk about, like Jews and where they come from and who they are, and the people there are not really the chosen people, that's going to piss off those Jews, If you talk about Muslims and why they gave up that land and how come they sat on the sidelines, Muslims are not going to like that conversation. There's a lot of truth, and nobody likes the truth. Everybody wants to be lied to. Everybody. Everybody wants a pat on the back. Or their dicks, depending on how you look at it. Right? There's so much truth out there that I think a lot of it would piss us off. A lot of it would change our views on a lot of things. A lot of things. I promise you it would. Or you would be like the left, the liberals, just denying it. In any case, guys, with that being said, I will talk to you guys Thursday night for the doubleheader. I don't think I'm working. I don't foresee myself working Thursday night. But anyway, I will see you guys Thursday for the doubleheader. I will not be doing a movie, this week. I am working this Wednesday. I'm going to try to plan it for next Wednesday or next week sometime. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.